power of compounding through dividend reinvestment. Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Last video we had a great time exploring the stock markets, the different types of stock, how it works, and how to make money off them. This week, still in the same context, I'll be expanding more on dividends, educating you on the power of compounding through dividend reinvestment. So stick with me till the end, as I'll be answering all your questions regarding compounding. Please note that this content is for educational and entertainment purposes and should not be treated as financial advice. If you have still not subscribed to this channel, you are definitely missing out. Kindly do so now so you do not miss any of our important updates. Let's go! While this topic might seem like a very serious and complex one, I'd like to make it relatable. Whether you are a science person or commercials, everyone is familiar with compound interest, right? Yeah, to have a full understanding of what I'll be reviewing today, I will ask everyone to follow me painstakingly with the basics of compound interest in their mind. What is compounding? It is the process by which earnings generated from an asset's interest or capital gains are reinvested for additional earnings over some time. Simply put, it is the process by which you earn interest over an interest you already earned. How about we try to understand the concept of compounding? Basically, compounding is the increasing value of a particular asset due to the interest earned on both the principal and the interest earned. Compounding works with the time value of money concept, and this explains compound interest. While compounding can increase the value of an asset, it can also increase a loan payment due to the accumulation of interest on the unpaid principal and previous interest charges. Confused? Let's see an example. Remember, I stated earlier that compounding is a process by which you earn interest over an interest you already earned. So let's say you invested a particular amount and you got your interest, but then you decided to reinvest both the interest and the principal amount. That entitles you to keep getting interest over an interest already paid as well as the principal amount. This explains how compounding increases the value of assets. Moving on to how compounding increases a particular amount of money owned on a loan. It's just the other way round of what I just explained. So let's assume you didn't invest the particular amount, but you lent out the money under the concept of compounding. Interest accumulates on the unpaid principal amount and the previous interest charge for as long as the person keeps owing. This explains the increase on loan payments based on compounding. Let's see how compounding applies to dividend stock investing. Before we delve into that, it is important to understand what dividend stock investing implies. A dividend is a reward a company gives to its shareholders, and this reward is dependent on the number of shares you own with them. Also, note that in order to get a dividend from a particular company, you must have a share with them. Now, dividend stock investing simply means you are buying more shares of stocks with the money you are being paid. That being said, how does compounding apply to this? You can supercharge your long-term returns when you reinvest dividends because the power of compounding. When you buy a share, you get a dividend, and this dividend buys you more shares. And then the next time you get even more dividends, which allows you to buy even more shares. And that's exactly what compounding is all about. So basically, the above explanation defines compounding dividends. Just to buttress everything I've been saying, let's look at the rice on chessboard story. There was a particular Indian king who was very good at chess and had the habit of challenging wise visitors to the game. He challenged a sage who was also good at the game, and the sage gave in to his request with the promise from the king that he would fulfill any request he makes. To cut it short, the sage won the game, and he requested that the king fill the first chess square with a grain of rice and double it on the second square, double on the third square, and so on. The king, who was a man of his words, agreed to that and filled the first square with 1 grain, the next with 2, the next with 4 grains. When he got to the 64th square, he realized that he had to fill the square with more than 9 quintillion grains. At that point, the sage told the king that he could repay him in bits, and that was how the sage became the wealthiest man in the world. I'm sure you enjoyed this story, but let's not ignore the moral in it. The early days of investing might seem unproductive, but remember, the first chess square, it had just 1 grain. Your persistency is what yields greater interest for you. If you are still on the first square of the chessboard, do not give up. Note that without the first square of the chess, the last square wouldn't have earned anything. So keep moving and do not skip any square, so as to get to the end of the board with a bigger reward. So let's talk about the pros of starting early. Remember, I stated earlier that compounding works with the concept of time value of money. In compounding, time is a crucial factor. Does it matter if I start or don't start early? There are benefits in starting early. This illustration will answer those questions and clear your doubts. Let's take, for instance, twin brothers Sam and Dan. Let's say Sam started investing when he was 25, and Dan started when he was 40. If Sam was always receiving $1,000 at the end of the year after reinvesting his dividends, he would have $250,000 at the age 50, while Dan would have just $10,000 at that time. The difference is clear. Don't hesitate and start now. The earlier, the wealthier. Finally, how can reinvested dividends create a compounding effect? The answer is time. Sufficient time to be precise. We've learned earlier that reinvesting dividends compounds your interest, but the major factor is time. If you are not patient enough, you will likely not enjoy the compound effect on your dividends. But by automatically reinvesting your dividends year in and year out, your capital base and profit would have experienced a stronger compounding effect. So there you have it, the basic and important information you need to know on compounding. Interested in learning more? Stay tuned to our channel to get updated when our next video comes out. Don't forget to like and share this video with other people like you who are also interested in learning compounding dividends. See you next time. Take care.